All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. The showdown has arrived. Taiko World Cup 2023 continues with its fantastic semifinals match between the United States and Taiwan. I am Beat43210, and today joining me covering this spectacular match is going to be none other than Janitor. Janitor, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fantastic, and I'm really excited for this match today.
Absolutely fantastic to hear. Both of these teams have fought very valiantly in the last couple of weeks to make it to the Final Four, and both of these teams are in with a very good shot at making it to finals.
Yeah, so the winner of this match will actually be guaranteed at least third place, so there's a lot on the line for both of these teams.
Yeah, Taiwan. On one hand, Taiwan wants to make a return to former glory as a top seed team and get some results to show for it. And the United States has been searching for a very, very long time, almost a running joke that the United States had struggled to get to top three only because there's always things that just fall apart towards the very end. But this time, they are in with a big chance. And we're going to be seeing these two clash. There's a lot on the line for both of these teams.
Yeah, and actually there's a bit of history between these teams as well. Since 2015-ish, these teams have played 4 times. In 2018, 2019, and 2021. Though 2021 was without Taiwan's normal roster, let's say. I think it's 3-1 in favor of Taiwan. The only time US has won was in 2021 when Taiwan had a little bit of a weaker roster. So maybe time for some revenge on the part of the US.
And we're about to find out, but this is going to be very exciting because this is number 2 versus number 3 seed. And the roles have already occurred, and so is the picks. Oh my god, we gotta move quick. United States has banned Hard Rock 2, Taiwan banned Hidden 1, and Taiwan will be opening the match with No Mod 4.
Wow, that's really fast, isn't it?
It is. I didn't even get to see the roles. Pain.
Oh, I think that one is No Mod 3.
Oh my god, I can't count the 4. I can't count.
I mean, the layout has been weird this week. I perfectly understand.
No one heard that, but that's fine. It's actually No Mod 3 that's going to be opening up.
Alright, so we have the speed map then.
Yeah, speed map, 320 beats per minute, 3 minutes and 15 seconds in length, and a relatively comfortable OD of 7.2. Lining up the teams we have, on the United States side, we have Aurora Phasmata, Cheese Salad, and hopefully Pet. There we go, yep. And on the other side, we have Monkey D. Luffy, Sevgo, and Smallwoo. So, first 2 6 victories will do the trick, and the winning team will move on to the finals, while the loser will be continuing things in the losers bracket for next week.
Alright, teams have struggled a bit on this map before, so interested to see how these two teams can handle it.
Alright, here we go, and the action's starting to pick up. Everybody clearing the introduction section, but here comes the big versus. And early on, we see Cheese Salad and Sevo slightly underperforming, but everybody is incredibly close so far.
Well, it was a bit closer until Cheese Salad missed.
Yeah, Cheese Salad did pick up a break there. I did miss it, unfortunately, but alas, Cheese Salad has made a relatively speedy recovery, keeping things at about 97% for the time being. But the United States, their pain is intensifying as Cheese Salad is picking up the occasional miss here and there. Taiwan is not getting a huge lead. They're only up by about 30,000 points, which in a 3v3 setting is not a lot.
Smallwood does find a miss though, and Pet still has the highest accuracy in the lobby, I believe, just a little bit ahead of Monkey D. Luffy, so it's a bit stabilized.
And here we go. Crossing the halfway point into the song, Monkey D. Luffy and Pet are fighting at the top of the lobby, both above 99.8%. Sevo and Aurora were pretty close to each other, but Aurora has just picked up a miss. But that was traded off by Small Woo, who is bottoming out the lobby with Cheese Salad at 98%.
Oh, but Pet missing.
Pet missing is a big blow for the United States. However, Taiwan is still holding out in front. Small Woo is struggling a little bit.
Dude, what you playing?
This is actually surprisingly close heading into the break. It's mostly Small Woo competing with the rest of the US in terms of misses.
It is incredibly close. Monkey D. Luffy and Savgo both sitting on full combos. And those full combos are helping Taiwan get the advantage, but they gotta bring it home. Definitely that break helped them, and they seem to have transitioned back into the final section here quite well. Pet picking up some misses.
This is still really close, though. I mean, if Taiwan finds an errant break from Monkey or Sevgo, then it could swing back, but it's getting increasingly not good for the UDES.
Aurora has picked up another miss there, and that is going to allow Taiwan to get even some more points as they now extend to about 50,000 points. That should be enough to bring things home.
Taiwan is dominating on this map. Sevgo and Monkey D. Luffy still on a full combo, very high accuracy.
And Cheese has made a really good combo, about 1,600. Despite the rough start in the first half of the song, he has recovered with a very strong showing in the second half, but Taiwan is going to edge out United States on the first point to successfully defend this pick.
Yeah, you see Monkey D. Luffy missing right at the end, 20 notes from the end, so
Ouch.
basically 2 full combos. Yeah, I feel that deep in my
Ouch.
soul.
Yeah. But Taiwan picking No Mod 3 to start with, very close call, but they have seemed to have won there. And United States is going to be absolutely unfazed. They are going to be doubling down on the speed elements with Hidden 2.
Yeah, US is pretty much a country known for having a lot of really good hidden players. Something I'm wondering, though, is whether Taiwan has Stu. Because he wasn't here last week, and he's arguably one of their strongest, if not their strongest player.
Well, he has not showed up just yet, but we do see Plemo stepping up for the time being. We also see RJ swapping out Pet for the United States team. So, Eternal Dreamer on Hell Only difficulty. This song is only 2 minutes long, which is probably the only saving grace, because it is quite fast, and if you are not prepared, you will get punished quite severely. It doesn't start
normally. It starts pretty calm, but it's 256 throughout with also a lot of fast burst patterns. And also the slider velocity makes the notes appear a little bit faster than they normally are. I think it's 1.1, so it's somewhere around 270 or 280 BPM SV.
Yeah, but let's see. Can United States defend this pick? It is incredibly close in the introduction. Aurora did pick up some early misses at the very start, but that was more just a mistiming of the beginning. As things intensify, Polemo getting a huge break there. That's going to give the United States an early lead.
Definitely good to have it before the slider velocity increase, and because the US seems to have slightly stronger accuracies overall.
And so far, those stronger accuracies helping the United States get off to a good beginning here. But Sevgo picking up some misses is also going to propel the United States even further, as they're up by about 50,000 points heading into the halfway point of the song. But gotta be a little bit careful. 50,000 points on a 2-minute song like this is not that much. Things can change on a whim.
Yeah, it's not an insurmountable lead, but this is a very comfortable spot to be in for the US.
Smallwoo dropping the last full combo on the Taiwanese side. The United States having the combo momentum, having better accuracy, overall stronger consistency, helping them out there.
As you say that, RJ finding a miss, but they still have a very significant lead, especially with 2 more misses coming from Taiwan.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for the United States to successfully hold on to this pick, although Aurora will not be holding on to that full combo, as he does pick up a miss right before the spinner, and I believe leaves Chisao with the only player left to finish this with a full combo.
Alright, that's some good redemption for Cheese Salad after that last map, and now Taiwan is going to have to find something to respond to the US with.
Very good start for the United States and for Taiwan. Cheese Salad carrying to the point.
Yeah, so assuming Taiwan doesn't have Stu again, which, well, that's really unfortunate for them. Taiwan probably does still overall have a stronger roster for the speed maps, at least from what it seems from No Mod 3. Free mod, probably they should stay away from. That's something the US is very strong at.
Yeah. The United States has looked quite formidable in that first defense on their side, so
yeah, I expect
maybe
DT2 or yeah, DT2.
Yeah,
the other speed map.
Wow, they're just going with the full speed, absolutely sending it over the limit, I guess, with double time 2.
Of course, after that though, there isn't really any more speed in the pool. I mean, I guess No Mod 4 is kind of fast, but that's not really what it's for. It's a street map.
Yeah, I would say this is the last of the speed maps, unless the next speediest map after this would be Hard Rock 2, but a lot of people have been avoiding Hard Rock this week. I don't think a lot of teams have gone for it just yet.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird position for both teams. I don't think either of them are particularly well known, at least of the remaining teams, as strong Hard Rock teams. So it'll be interesting to see who decides to dip their toes in that first.
If they do, I mean, the way that this is going, they may have to go into it at some point, but I guess that'll be a problem for them in the future. Now, however, we do see Monkey D. Luffy stepping in for Smallwoo, and Pet will be replacing Aora.
Okay, both teams putting out their same rosters as No Mod 3, I think.
Was it? I don't remember. No, because RJ wasn't in for No Mod 3. I believe that was Aora.
Yes, it was Aurora instead.
Yeah, alright. Double time 2. Taiwan going to be going to play this without Stu. We'll see if it works out in their favor. This is an incredibly good start for everyone on the board.
Yeah, it seems like RJ and Cheese Salad are falling a little bit behind in terms of accuracy, but it's actually, never mind, it's getting really close now. So
yeah, nobody really picking up any major errors so far. On accuracy, Taiwan will be ahead, but I don't know where it's coming from. I mean, Cheese is the lowest player in the lobby, but Pet has just picked up a huge miss there. Oh man.
Yeah, I think it's mostly a product of Polemo also having by far the highest accuracy in the lobby.
Yeah, this is Polemo doing very well so far. At halfway point in the song, there's only a minute to go. Wow, I forgot how short this map is.
That's what DT does.
DT makes time go burr.
It really does. I mean, DT1, I think, is like still 3 minutes, but still not that long.
players are going to enjoy whatever break they can, because there's not that much more to go. Taiwan is up by about 80,000 points, which is a good sign for them. Well, Paloma has picked up some accuracy drops recently, but I guess that's better than picking up some misses, as Pet and RJ are finding out the hard way.
Yeah, this is quite a significant lead coming from Taiwan. I think the US probably weren't expecting to win this one after their 1-3. So I think this is just the kind of map that you take it as a loss. 2 full combos coming from Taiwan. Actually, almost 3, but Monkey D. Luffy missing at the end again, which hopefully is not going to become a pattern.
Cheese Salad having the lowest accuracy in the lobby of 97.5, but actually walks away with the full combo, which is a very good result on his part.
This might actually be the most amount of full combos we've seen on this map so far, which is funny because it's also relatively lower accuracy than some of the matches also.
Yeah. Other matches were having much higher on the high 98s. Some surprise.
Okay, US is dipping into the Hard Rock right away.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. They banned Hard Rock 2, but they're going to pick Hard Rock 1.
Yeah, probably not enough fast Hard Rock players that they're comfortable with, and not wanting to go against Monkey D. Luffy on that. But
yeah,
Hard Rock 1 more of a accuracy tech pick. I am kind of surprised they're going for this though, instead of something like the free mods, which seems like the US might have an advantage on that because Taiwan doesn't have a good Hard Rock player.
Yeah, I don't know. Cheese will be stepping out for this map, but Chora Chef will be stepping up for the first time.
Yeah, he's been a very good Hard Rock player for the US, one of their best performing players on that mod.
Yeah, and the United States feeling quite confident they can do well here. They have done the math, and they believe they got a good probability of winning this. But will that math pay off? What does Shannon's theorem even do anyways? I have no
idea. I assume something related to either math or physics. But RJ finding a weird early miss. Yeah, I could guess. Only so many things you can be for.
Yeah, RJ getting a bit of an unexpected variable at the start there. But there's a huge accuracy drop on the Taiwanese side. Wow. Everyone's below 97%? I can't tell if Sevo's at 96 or 98. Oh, never mind. He's at 97. And dipping. Pet's playing phenomenally, holding 99.2%. A very good start on him, and that's helping the United States get off to an early advantage, albeit it is quite small.
RJ isn't too far behind Pet either. Those two are really helping the US score lead right now, but given this kind of map, it's still not really over yet.
No, it's definitely not over. We're going to the second half. Even in this quiet section, it can be a little bit difficult to hit some of those patterns. But everyone in general is doing a very strong job keeping up. All right, let's see. We're going to the ending here. The United States up by about 50,000 points. But a lot of players have been picking up some accuracy drops. And it is complicating matters.
It's just a really significant accuracy difference between these two teams right now. Pet and RJ both comfortably above 90.
Chora Chef! Oh no!
Oh my god!
That's a huge miss! And the United States on the verge of losing the pick! But it's going to come down to the big drums to end
my
it.
god!
Wow! Taiwan steals
points.
Wow!
What? Oh my god!
That was an insane finish.
How did Taiwan steal that away? Smallwood getting a full combo with 105 100s below 96, but still got the job done. Needed They needed that full combo.
Okay, the math did not check out. And Taiwan is now up 3-1. But damn, that is a very close steal for Taiwan.
Wow, that's okay. That's really unfortunate for a few reasons. Like, it always sucks to lose on your own pick, but also when you're getting to these semifinals level for pools, teams usually don't have a lot of maps where they have really comfortable full man rosters for. So losing something that you thought might have been relatively safe, and there was a pretty big score lead for most of that map. It'll make picking even harder going forward. Like, what do you even pick afterwards?
Well, the United States is about to find out after this pick. And we're going to be moving forward to Sleight of Hand. I believe this is an Ursa original composed by Koromaru.
Yeah, this is seemingly just the dynamic teams have taken in some of the previous matches. Like, between, what was it, Germany and France, I think?
Okay.
Or it might have been another team. But there's a similar dynamic there where some teams are just a lot more comfortable on the no mods overall, and other teams are more of strong mod teams. So I think this is going to be a similar dynamic here.
Well, let's have a look. Taiwan stepping into no mod 2. And we see Palomo stepping up to Taiwan. Cheese Salad stepping in for the United States. And this map has a lot of awkward snaps in line with a lot of other no mod 2s that we have seen so far in the tournament.
This is insanely close. It's tied and then 1/100 difference either way.
And Pet and Monkey the Luffy were on the double S's, but Pet has just lost it.
Still insanely close. Okay, never mind. A bit less close.
Wow. Luffy has picked up a huge miss from the double S. That's going to cost him over 1% of accuracy, but he has recovered it a little bit.
Everyone hit that stream. Okay.
Will anyone hit this? No, Cheese
Oh
picks
my
up a
God.
miss. And Cheese Salad keeping United States in. He didn't have a really good recovery, but that is barely a lead. And in fact, I think the combo momentum is flipping them over.
Yeah, I think Churro's accuracy is kind of on the lower side despite full comboing.
Yeah, but Sevgo is keeping up with Shara Chef, so they're kind of canceling each other out. I don't think they're the players that factor right now. Oh, but Cheese has picked up another miss
God.
there.
Oh, but
Monkey's
look, he
traded
shreds it.
Now, this is going to be a very close finish. Monkey D. Luffy down on the combo momentum, but Shara Chef has picked up late miss. Oh, man. And then things are going to come to an epic finish.
Alright, funny finishes. Oh, Lucky misses on that. The Churro misses. Oh my god.
It is incredibly close, but Taiwan is going to barely hold it with the skin of their teeth. And this map did not disrupt Taiwan's momentum, as no sleight of hand trickeries going to slow them down as they get to a 4-1 lead.
3 full combos on that, and Pet with a 7/100 full combo, I think might be the best score we've had so far.
Wow, look at that. Pet getting only 7/100s. That's a phenomenal run by him.
Yeah, it seems like Taiwan is edging out the US a little bit more in terms of full combos, even though the US sometimes has the accuracy lead, but just not enough.
And here we go. The United States is going to try and step things up with a pack of the serotonin as they decide to play Free Mod 3's Sentimental Surge.
Yeah, this is more along the lines of what I was expecting from the US. Free Mod 3 and Free Mod 1, I think, are really good for them because they can probably have mod advantage. Fremont 2, it's harder to say because it's more of a pure tech map that's really hard for hitting hard rock.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what mod combinations are going to come up on both sides. This map does have a lot of streams. We had seen United States suffer quite a bit over modding in the past, but they are going to have only 4 mods on their team.
Wait, is that a legal mod? Okay, no,
Yep.
it is. I just didn't
Yep,
see
it
hidden.
is.
I didn't see hidden from Yue Miao because the background is yellow.
Ah, yes. I can just camouflage my hidden if I just make everything yellow.
It was hard to see, but we have Aurora on the only hidden hard rock of the lobby, so US does have slight mod advantage.
So, let's see. United States, Aurora Phasmata going with the hidden hard rock. Nobody going to do that, but instead we're going to be seeing Luffy, RJ, and Yu Miao going with hidden. Sebgo and Monkey D. Luffy with hard rock. Luffy will pick up a very short miss, although that was really a very good recovery on his part.
Yeah, so small misses on this map almost don't matter, because if someone note locks, that could be like a 20, 50,000 point swing immediately. So you have to be really good at recovering.
Yeah, especially with 4.5 minutes that this song is. This song, you do, if you make small misses here and there, you do have a fair amount of wiggle room. Especially if you have as strong accuracy as Luffy does to hold things up.
RJ does pick up a miss in the middle, but again, good recovery, still above 99.
Yeah, but it is cutting into United States' advantage. Like I said, they got the extra mods, so they only need like 100 notes to stop combo momentum traditionally.
Oh, Monkey finding a miss is gonna help out the US quite a bit.
Yeah, Monkey did lose his double S. He was holding very strong. Sebgo is going to pick up a huge drop there.
Oh,
losing about 2% of
Taiwan
accuracy.
is just falling apart at the end of that stream.
Oh, wow. Yu Miao and Sebgo and Luffy, they've all had a combo reset at the end there, and that's going to be putting United States in a prime position.
And Aurora is still full comboing, the only full combo in the lobby within Hard Rock, helping out his team so much.
Oh, yeah. Aurora is actually on a full combo. Oh, my God. He picked up a 100 there. Okay.
A few hundreds in that stream, but still okay.
That was a little bit scary. But he's holding strong. 98.5 is a very good performance here. He's actually topping the lobby individually.
Yeah, but again, always have to be careful, especially because he seems to be hitting a little late, I think, but stabilizing.
Yeah, this is a very strong showing by the United States. Yu Miao has dropped down to about 95%. Luffy's going to start picking up some drops as well. And here we go, going to the finale. United States having the biggest lead they've seen all match. Aora will only just now pick up a miss, but he has done his job.
Yeah, now the US is finally showing some consistency in order to really start taking these points. Along with just general really strong mod play. So I expect Fremont will probably be high priority for them.
Yeah, definitely, especially with how strong they're showing here. But this song is quite unique. I don't know if the United States will be able to repeat this, but this is definitely a strong showing, especially as we see Luffy getting to 2,000 combo. Man has shown incredibly good consistency throughout the song.
Yeah, RJ has also recovered really well. Meanwhile, Taiwan's still finding a bunch of misses at the end.
Yeah, and that's going to be a very good second point for the United States.
Yeah, I think more than anything, this is a great morale boost for them, just to see that, okay, yeah, we can perform, we know we can perform really well in these matches, just have to be able to execute.
Yep, and that's going to give United States a bit of a pick-me-up, as I would like to say, or maybe a good healthy dose of serotonin, as they move up to the second point, and now Taiwan up a break point. They don't have to worry about losing free mod picks, but Taiwan really should get on that 5th point sooner rather than later.
Look at that, 6 100s, 1 miss from Loopy, 1 miss from RJ with only 19 100s.
Wow. Very good results there for United States. But Taiwan's going to make the next pick, and they're going to go ahead with double time 1. Frozen World.
Okay, the really techie DT1 doesn't seem to be quite as polarizing as last week, but make no mistake, this map is still incredibly difficult.
100%. If you thought you going into a map like this that your hands are going to remain frozen, not going to happen on this Frozen World. This song...
Yeah, certainly not.
Certainly not. So, this song is about 3 minutes long. Sorry, you were going to say something? Cut you off there.
No, yeah, this map is also really long. We just went from a 4 minutes 30 long map to map that I think with DT is like 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes 12.
So quite nerve-wracking for both teams, I'm sure.
Well, let's see. They did perform well on double time 2. Will Taiwan repeat their success in double time 1? Trying to align the lights to glow up that magical 5th point on the top right corner.
Yeah, Taiwan has a lot more leeway because they just have to get 1 more point to guarantee at least tiebreaker.
Nobody wants to get a tiebreaker.
Yeah, if
good
the
original,
US...
but nobody wants to get a tiebreaker.
Yeah, but I think maybe the US would be happier going to tiebreaker almost because it's very mod friendly.
I would agree.
But that's really far in the future. So far, US is holding a very narrow lead over Taiwan.
Yeah, it's a really good start. Nobody making any major critical errors, but the first stream there.
Oh, Aurora finding this at the end.
He has picked up a little bit of the miss, but I expect more to follow. The accuracy's suffering a little bit across the board as everybody's holding 97s.
Oh, RJ finding a miss on that entire 1-6.
Yeah, and it is Pet who is... Wow, Aurora picking up misses, but it is Pet who is dominating this map at 99.6%. He is keeping the United States alive.
Oh, Monkey finding some more breaks. But really, it's Pet's score that's creating the biggest difference. I think a good, like 10,000 above Sevgo.
Yeah. Fu Miao and Sevgo, I believe they're both holding full combos as well. That's keeping Taiwan in the fight, but their accuracies are a little bit on the lower side. Oh, Pet with a huge drop there.
Oh my god, 2 Taiwanese players also finding a drop.
This pick starting to backfire a little bit. The United States remain ahead by about 50,000 points. Now, they have lost this before.
Oh my god, Pet and RJ both this one.
That's going to close up the lead a little bit, but Luffy's going to give them a little bit of a lifeblood. And as things continue to intensify, everybody's starting to pick up some misses. Miao losing the full combo. That is a big blow for Taiwan.
Okay, the US has stabilized a bit, or I guess rather Taiwan has not stabilized.
Yeah, and I think the worst part of the songs is over. There is a big burst at the end, but to lose 100,000 points, very tall order for Taiwan to hope for at this point. And with that, Taiwan is going to be down the break point, and that's going to push United States back into equality. as it is their turn to pick.
Yeah, definitely a really strong position for the US to be in. If they are able to find a really good pick, then it'll just be 4-4. It's like, nothing. They didn't even lose Hard Rock 1.
Oh, wow. So, yeah. Misses all across the board, but they are all very few in between. As Aurora topping out the lobby, I believe? No, that was actually Pet. Pet's accuracy overwhelmed Aurora's 3-miss run.
Yeah, it's just a massive accuracy difference, and I always basically wonder if Taiwan is running out of picks. Like, it's a similar thing that happened in the last match that was streamed, where at a certain point you just don't have a strong 3-man roster for any of the maps anymore.
So let's see, what will the United States do? They did very strongly on Fremont 3. I don't expect them to go into Gimmick or anything like
I
that.
would say Fremont 1 seems like it makes sense. I mean, there's still a strong Fremont team. Fremont 1 is relatively easy to mod, and you probably get mod advantage on that.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think we're both expecting a Fremont choice, but which one?
It has to be Fremont 1. I don't think they would want to go on Fremont 2, because that basically, it's really hard for them to get mod advantage on that, I think.
Yeah, hitting Hard Rock on that is terrifying.
Yeah, it might be a bit too much.
But that being said, they are deliberating a bit. They are taking their time. Okay, they settled on Fremont 1.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think we both agree a very appropriate choice for the United States.
I do think the rest of the pool might favor the US a little bit more. Like, Nomad 4, US isn't generally known as a death streaming country, but they have a lot of really strong streaming players in Pat, RJ, and maybe Aurora. I'm not sure who has them. Fremont 2 maybe favors them. Nomad 1 is just a complete toss-up.
Yeah, it's going to be incredibly close. And you see the old familiars stepping in on both sides. I wonder what the mod combinations are going to be here.
I would guess maybe one of RJ or Loopy are playing Hidden Hard Rock. Okay, no, yeah.
Oh, it's actually going to be even less. Wow, okay.
I didn't expect Monkey D. Luffy to be the Nomad player in Taiwan.
Yeah, I guess they don't want to risk it. They want to keep themselves relatively competitive, and having a solid Nomad run should do it. And that's going to put a little bit of pressure on the United States to outperform here. But yeah, this is a interesting choice.
Yeah, I thought maybe of all the players to go Nomad too. So it's definitely interesting to see, I guess, a strategic choice.
Yeah, we will see if this pays off. This is not the easiest map in the world. The OD is 7.7. So for both RJ and Loopy, they're going to have a bit of a painful time, especially if they make those minor errors with Hidden. Yeah, the United States just nurturing that advantage on the score. Oh, Loopy. Oh, no. Luffy has picked up a miss.
Yeah, definitely don't want that coming from a no one player. Generally want it to be a nice solid score for the team.
Oh no, this is not a good look for Taiwan. But United States incredibly solid. Had Luffy not missed, I don't think it would have changed anything. The United States would still be comfortably ahead here.
Just mod advantage and also accuracy advantage too, I think, thanks to Loopy.
Yeah, this is a very good position for the United States. It looks like the extra mod has not handicapped them too hard. And they're going to take the points as Smallwood picks up a huge drop there.
Oh.
United States, they're finding their stride. They're going to be having 3 full combos with incredibly high scores. And there was no way Taiwan was going to beat them there.
Yeah, it is a very strong point for the US. Loopy on 2 100s, Pet not far behind on 7. Full team score on Fremont 1.
Oh, wow. So, Taiwan in a precarious position now. It is 4-4. The momentum has turned against them. And now it is time for Taiwan to figure out where to go. There's certainly not a good position to play Fremont 2. That'd be... I think we both agree Fremont 2 would be a little bit... not glorious.
Well, I think it's actually fine. Well, I mean, maybe after the Fremont 1 performance.
No.
But Fremont 2 is not really as much of a mod advantage map. It's just a map that is really difficult with mods in general. So I think I would only see the US having maybe 1 mod advantage. But yeah, no mod 4 is, I think, a deceptively good pick for the US.
And Taiwan's going to go into it. You think... Yeah, Wrath of the Fallen One.
Yeah, I think Taiwan doesn't have much of a choice, is the thing. They kind of run out of picks because they don't have as deep a roster as the US.
Yeah, and I think... Yeah, I imagine that Gimmick would be a bit too risky to pick. Especially if you're not as confident on the prep that you would like to have.
Yeah, I don't know if I really like this pick though. Because, again, the US has actually really strong Death Stream players. I think RJ actually has a score on this. It might be number 1 or like top 3 on the leaderboards. I think Taiwan might have honestly been better off just going no mod 1 and hoping the US would miss. This is
I think so too.
Yeah, I don't know. This is really sketchy.
Oh well, we'll see. Especially when you got a good number of player swaps. It's not like the United States has a small roster to punish their stamina. So, we'll see. So, this song is 4 minutes in length. A lot of 1/4 strings, as you can see here. It definitely brings that that big death metal energy that some people like Raiden enjoy very thoroughly.
Yeah, both teams, for whatever reason, really liking the long picks this time around.
Oh, but Pat's not enjoying that long stream. He has picked up a considerable miss there. Wasn't able to make a quick recovery, but the stream was luckily at the later end, so it's not as huge of a drop.
Yeah, a nice buffer for Taiwan, but on this kind of map, you have to be really careful about managing your stamina. Because it's exactly like this for the entirety of the 4 minutes, so by the end, you might start running out of stamina, Smallwood not having a good time on that stream.
But Smallwood will recover just before the lead flicks over, so it's going to keep things incredibly close for the time being. And a third of the way in, neither team really getting ahead too far. But
Pet's finding a miss though.
Yeah, United States getting a lot of combo resets there. And now it's up to Taiwan to capitalize on it where they can.
Yeah, I'm just finding a few misses here and there in the streams. Better than no blocking, but obviously you would prefer not missing in the stream. It's honestly kind of impressive how consistently he's missing like 1 note in the middle of the stream and then just going on like nothing happened.
But you know what? It's actually good for Pet because it does minimize the damage that is being caused, and it's actually preventing Taiwan from pulling away. Because his accuracy, even though it's a little bit behind, it's definitely still competitive.
Yeah, I'm wondering if even it's like he's double tapping or there's some sort of like weird thing going on with the keyboard. But either way, the US is not actually as far behind as it might look. because any big break like...
Oh, cheese salad.
I was more beating on the side of Taiwan, but yeah, that definitely doesn't help things.
Yeah, this is incredibly close, as Taiwan is only ahead by 50,000 points. Polemo and Sebgo hitting a 25. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Well, alright, fantastic curse there.
Sebo still got the full combo, okay? And I think that's going to be one of the highest combos we've seen in this tournament so far.
Well, I think Minakuchi did full combo this before. But yeah, this is looking really good for Taiwan so far.
Yeah, and things are coming close to an end here, but I'm a little bit concerned. I'm worried that Smallwoo is going to pick up a huge drop. Smallwoo has been the most inconsistent player on the Taiwanese side. But Pet's going to give Taiwan a bit of breathing room.
I think that was the last big stream. Sebgo just not caring whatsoever. Smallwoo and Polemo also doing really well.
Yes. Smallwoo going into the final stream here. Up over 2,000 combo. Polemo has picked up some misses, but it is not drastic enough to change the lead. And there we go. That's the end of the map. And Taiwan is sitting on their 5th point. They've locked in the tiebreaker, but they got to try and take United States on their final pick.
Yeah, alright. Clearly, I didn't know what I was talking about because Sefko getting a full combo. Taiwan overall performing really well on that, actually. Along with the US, I think. Maybe underperforming a little bit on that as well.
Yeah, so definitely a very strong performance on that song. You will hardly see better scores than that, unless you saw Minakuchi getting 3-100 on that map.
Alright, and immediate free mod too, which makes sense. They probably don't want to coin flip no more.
Yeah, good choice for the United States here. Oh man,
I think this does seem on paper to be the worst of the free mods for the US, because this map is just so tech heavy. And the US is, I don't think, a particularly strong tech team. Not in the sense that they can't do it, it's just they seem like they miss more often than not.
And you know what? Taiwan, because they're sitting on 5 points already, they don't have the mental handicap of, oh my god, if we lose this, you know, we're out of the winners bracket or anything like that. They go into this relatively risk-free. And I think that's going to give Taiwan a bit of a mental boost. So, but let's see. We're going to have... Oh, okay. We're going to have a perfect mirror match. So, RJ is going to take on Polemo on Hidden. And meanwhile, Aurora and Pet are going to have a tag team matchup against Sebgo and Monkey Luffy in the Hard Rock Ring. As the United States proceeds to achieve some glorious results. Or at least that is the plan.
Yeah, and it's actually perfectly mirrored. This is for all the marbles. The winner of this map will either mean that Taiwan wins outright, or they go to tiebreaker. And the winner of this match will get top 3, guaranteed.
And both Taiwan and United States would love to get that top 3. So both sides are giving it their all. But right now, the main attention is on the Hidden, as RJ is getting out-accuracied by Polemo.
Oh, but Sebgo missing.
Rated with RJ, so that's not going to affect things too much.
I think the biggest thing in this map is it's relatively stable on Hard Rock. It's going to be the slowdown. Or not, or people can just miss wherever they want to, I guess.
Yeah, of course, because that's how we like to do things. We like to have some action. And I think it's this action that's going to help the United States a little bit as they slowly try and cut into that advantage, but RJ is going to struggle.
You see RJ missing on the slowdown at the end, and Polemo too.
Oh, yeah, this slowdown affecting the Hidden players quite badly, but Pet drops the full combo as well. Oh man, Taiwan's up by 20,000 points. They just got to hold it for 40 seconds, and they will win this match.
Okay, but now it's going to be down to basically all the tech at the ending. A lot of burden on the Hard Rock players because accuracy is really hard on this.
Luffy's going to pick up some early misses.
Oh my god.
Phasmata's been having low accuracy, but has been holding onto the combo. RJ's going to miss at the start of this final section. And here we go. And now the ending has kicked off. Paloma has picked up some misses, but he has made a very fantastic recovery. And Aurora holding it together. But we're going to get closer to the ending here.
Oh, Pat missing.
Oh, Paloma's picking up a lot of 100s, and it's going to get down to less than 10,000 points. They're going to hit the finishes to determine the end of the match, and Taiwan is barely going to clutch the victory from the jaws of a tiebreaker. Once again, tiebreaker enthusiasts absolutely shattered and disappointed.
This is the second match in a row Taiwan has won 6-4. They just don't want to play tiebreaker with all their being.
An absolutely spectacular finish for Taiwan as they send United States, a very promising team in a very close match, very hard fought, into the losers bracket. And Taiwan going to get a chance at fighting the winner of Japan against South Korea in the finals.
And this is also really huge for Taiwan too, winning without arguably their best player, and also historically being the second best team right behind Japan for most of TWC history, but more recently falling off from that podium. This year finally reclaiming this spot. I can only imagine that this means a lot to those players as well.
Yeah. Taiwan was actually a bit of a slight underdog in the channel points, so this is a huge result for them. And Taiwan going to be on their way to the finals, where they will be waiting, probably they'll be waiting for Japan, but South Korea is going to try and take them down.
Don't say that. Come on, anything can happen.
10 years in a row, man. It's 10 years in a row. We've seen this script 9 times. How many times did they got to teach us?
You never know. You never know. Maybe South Korea is going to unlock its inner Japan.
Maybe. We're waiting for it. Maybe. They'll have a chance. And we will see that soon.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, right? You never know. Until it happens, anything could happen.
Yeah. So, let's have a look at the upcoming matches here. United Kingdom and China are going to be kicking off their loser bracket matchup. They haven't started yet, I believe. And I believe the winner of that will be facing France later, which we don't see here. And
yes,
yeah. We also have Italy against Germany, two very top teams that had very similar results, 6-3 by their competitive counterparts, but only one will emerge into the finals. And that's going to be a very, very tough matchup for both those teams, and I cannot wait for that. And then, of course, we will have Japan and South Korea at 13 UTC.
All very exciting and consequential matches. The losers teams, of course, facing for the honor of being able to compete in the finals week. And meanwhile, Japan and South Korea once again playing for a spot on the podium, guaranteed.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot more exciting action in this semifinals, and I hope you don't go anywhere over the course of the next 15 or so hours until we finish everything up. So, Gianna, do you want anything to say before we wrap things up?
Well, of course, only one thing, which is make sure you buy a banner to support the teams in TWC for only $2.50 USD. If you support the team that ends up winning, you will have the banner for an extended period of time. So make sure to support your teams.
Bonus points if you manage to do that when it's not our favorite 9-time champion.
Of course, of course.
But that being said, definitely head on down to the store. We do have a few weeks left for the profile banners to be up there for Taiko World Cup. So if your country is in this tournament, or if you just want to back another country with their exciting storylines that some countries have, definitely feel free to do so. So I think that's going to be it. So thank you all for watching Taiko World Cup 2023, the semifinals. I am Beat43210, joined by Janitor. We both will see you next time as Taiko World Cup 2023, the semifinals week continues.